Alright, get out of here, Darren.
FoH.
Alright, and welcome to match number 3 of Fistful of Handicaps. So today we're going to be playing a much anticipated matchup, and that's going to be SuperJew versus Sometimespoop. SuperJew on the Dire as Pudge, and Sometimespoop on the Radiant as Shadow Fiend first. So we're going to look at their starting builds and their starting skill sets to begin. So it looks like Pudge going for level 1 Rot, picking up a Healing Salve, Tangos, Clarity, some wards, Gauntlets of Strength, and an Iron Branch. So he's going to have about 59 base damage, which is much more than Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend does have the range advantage. Looks like he's just going for some regen and a little bit of damage. Not damage, I don't know. So who do you think has the advantage in this matchup, Zach?
I'd say early it goes to Pudge for the ability to last hit and deny because he'll have more base damage than Shadow Fiend. But once Shadow Fiend manages to farm up that Necromastery some, then it's his range advantage will be able to bully Pudge out of lane as long as he can dodge those hooks.
Yeah, I feel like really most of this match is going to depend on what happens in that first hook. So it looks like Pudge is going to opt to scout the room, going to lay down a ward right there, which is a clever idea from him. Well, it's something that we don't really see that much at the very beginning, just because people tend to want to go for either Bottle Rush, regen, or stats at the beginning of the game, but I think that, and he's going to get lucky, he can get himself an Illusion Rune. Level 1, probably going to do some harassment with that. So, Garrett here opting to block the creeps instead of checking the runes, so we'll see. His block is not actually very good, he fucked it up pretty hard, so he's going to still have the better block, but it's going to...
the range out front, because...
Actually, he didn't even get the block, he didn't even... Yeah, even with his block there, though, look at that. Pudge matches block. Yeah. I'm just gonna open up the last hits here. So Shadow Fiend opting for level 1 Necromastery, of course. So far he's getting creamed in terms of last hits and denies.
Fairness, it's hard to compete against a guy who outdamages you and has Illusion.
Very true. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this matchup is going to really depend on those first few hooks. Because if Pudge can get like a kill instead of get like even that first kill, or even just a high amount of damage off on, like force Shadow Fiend to return to the fountain, he'll basically be winning. Like, it's really, really hard to come back from that. And Pudge will have absurd burst damage, especially once he hits level 6. That's definitely going to be a very, very dangerous time for the Shadow Fiend.
I thought I saw more than 2 last hits there. I guess he's just not stacking as fast as I thought he would be.
Yeah. Pudge definitely winning very hard in the last hits, as expected. Not really going to take much harassment damage here. But yeah, so I think that Garrett's probably going to go heavy into the raises. Like he is right now. If you see that, he's picked up 2 points in the Shadow Raise with 1 point in Necromastery. So he's going to use that to last hit and harass. Get some more stacks up in Necromastery through it, because it's hard to just last hit just going Necromastery or say something like Presence of the Dark Lord. So going Shadow Raise is definitely the better option here.
Could have guarded that deny for another soul.
He's a low skill scrub. He can't do denies.
What are denies? Cheating, obviously.
So it looks like Pudge opting to go for the bottle probably now, if you look at his gold. Thinks he's going to try to land a hook here. He's positioning himself. Is he going to land it? And just going to... Oh! Hook Rot. Going to take a little damage. So getting hit by a raise. 1 raise. 2 raises and the tower. And that's first blood for Shadow Fiend. Very early. That's definitely... He's a very snowballing hero. So even if he went back to... He's not going to go back to Fountain now. But he just has free control over the lane. He's going to get himself a bunch of stacks on his Necromaster. He's going to get himself some boots. He's definitely in a very good place to take on Pudge for Resta here, because that first kill is very important. So Pudge is going to go check up the top rune. It's an invisibility, so we'll see if he can do something with that. Yeah, I think it may have been a mistake to go in that early. I would have waited until had more, maybe even wait until level 6 to really do something. Just because...
Not going in that early, but going in that hard was a mistake, I feel.
Yeah, going into the tower when Shadow Fiend still had his raises up, still had full mana, was a mistake. Gonna miss a hook there, but it was a good hook. So Shadow Fiend now with 14, now with 14 stacks of Necromastery here. He's got himself 11 last hits. He's pulling ahead now.
Out damaging Pudge now too.
So he is. Definitely not a good place for Pudge. Personally, I'm hoping this goes to a game 3. I would love to see a Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend between these two players. SuperJew is actually quite a good Pudge player, so that was just an unfortunate thing.
I haven't really seen much of his Pudge. I've only seen him play it like once or assassinating one, so...
Yeah. His specialty hero, I think, is TA, so... ban her against him.
I'll never give you the satisfaction.
SuperJew in a bad place here, getting out damaged too hard.
Yeah, he just got right-clicked right off the creep wave there, so he's gonna salve up. I don't know how he's gonna get back into this. I mean, he still can. Once he hits level 6, he'll have Meat Hook and Dismember. Probably, even when he hits level 7, 4 points up in the Meat Hook, you know, 1 point up in the Dismember. He'll be able to definitely kill Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend with only 700 health, so that level 4 Meat Hook doing about 360 damage, and then the Dismember as well, with the Rot, will be quite heavy. And he'll definitely be able to bring down Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend maybe being able to take him out with like a couple of raises or something like that, but...
Especially because the hook is actually pure damage, so the 25% base resistance is a non-factor.
Yeah. But he's really just going to need... Like, he needs that hook. If he can't get it, he's just going to slowly lose this. Picked himself up a bottle, so... He'll be able to spam all those attacks, get some room control. Sometimespoop now with almost 1,000 gold. Not sure what he's going for. Maybe a Shadow Blade, or maybe he's going to go Treads. I guess we'll see. Tread swap. Is it Treads on the Courier? It's Treads on the Courier. So we're going to see if he's going to do some sick MLG Tread swapping. Going to hit with one raise here. Going to clear out the creeper with the second raise and going to go push the tower. Pudge going to go check at the bottom room where he's going to find himself a regen if he follows. And then Shadow Fiend going to check the top room, but he's not going to find anything. So the Courier is coming to him right now. I really want to see some Tread swapping out of Garrett. I just want to see if he's going to actually do that or not. Don't watch that. He's got him on strength right now. So Pudge with the regen, just standing in the river here. Probably going to try to get a hook off. He's got his ward right up here. So that's a really good thing to have, especially in this kind of matchup with Pudge, because it depends so much on your vision. If you can have vision up the hill, then you can get so many hooks you otherwise wouldn't be able to get. But Garrett playing very safe. He's keeping the creeps in between himself and Pudge. He definitely knows how to play against a Pudge. And he's got almost twice the last... He's got, nearly twice the last hits of and denies now. So he's pulling quite far ahead. So SuperJew really needs to make something happen now, soon. Otherwise, he's going to lose this matchup, and it's going to have to go to game 2. Are you seeing these right clicks? How much is you right clicking for now? Over 120 damage.
128.
It just keeps increasing. So Pudge being forced to pop off that regen rune without even throwing in any hooks or anything like that. I would have just thrown out a few just, zoning hooks, right?
Just to let Garrett know that it's not a free lane.
So he's going to check the top rune here, just going to drop down the ward on the rune spot.
I don't like that ward so much because it doesn't give any vision outside.
Oh, he's going to go for the hook, but he's going to miss putting down another ward here. Yeah, I think it would have been better to maybe put the ward here. That way it gives you vision of the rune spot up here, as well as all up here. But he's got this one here, so it's okay. But I think the best thing for Pudge would have been maybe one here, like right about here. He doesn't need to know where the rune... He only needs to know where one rune is, really, so... Maybe one on that rune spot, one up there. He's going to land the hook, so let's see. We're going to get the Dismember here. Will he be able to kill Shadow Fiend before Shadow Fiend can kill him? Looks like almost, but not quite. Shadow Fiend escaping with, 120 health. So Shadow Fiend going to take him down. Pudge disconnecting from the game, and we're going to go to game 2 as soon as the fountain explodes. So just gonna watch for that. It's gonna be pretty. So it looks like what happened there is Shadow Fiend was able to get that early kill. Just managed to snowball out of control in terms of his last hit and denies. Look at that final last hit and deny score there. More than twice Pudge's score. So he really just
in both last hits and denies, it was one-sided.
He really just controlled the lane, managed to get that first kill, played it very safe, always having the creeps behind him, only getting hooked once, and he was so far ahead at that point that there was nothing he can do. There's nothing the Pudge could do. So very well played by Garrett, and we're going to go to game 2 where we're going to swap sides.